Yo, what is up, guys? Today's trade recap for the 20. Yes, actually, it's trade recap for yesterday. Today I didn't trade because it was a bank holiday, and just look at this, bro. Look at this. So, yeah, I didn't trade today, but today's trade recap for the 26th. Traded yesterday, and I'm actually up around I think actually 220 something. Should be up more, but I took one loss and then one win. So, yeah. Let's get into it. So, let me quickly go back. So, going into the day, I was bullish. I wanted to see these relative equal lows inside this higher time frame gap. So, let me go on 1 hour on both. However, we did have a bearish SMT with this high here, but I like that didn't really sway my bias because we inversed this massive 4 hour. We inverse this 4 hour, and then this is our obvious draw for the day. So I wanted to see higher. So I actually then I was going to take a really nice trade off market open. Not off market open, I'll show you guys. Wait, hold up. Let me skip to market open real quick. Time is 7:30. Right, this is market open. So I thought of market open would just rip instantly to those highs, but we actually didn't. So I'll show you guys what happened. So what? Wait, what just happened? Alright, there. Anyways, so we had this gap here that I was paying attention to. I wanted initially a Judas swing off market open, but we kind of get it. So look here, if we scale down onto the 2 minute, we actually kept forming these bearish SMTs with the ES and NQ, which was kind of tripping me out. But once we got this bang tap into the higher time frame gap, as you can see, this was like a 15 minute and the 30 minute, I'm pretty sure. Oh, never mind, just a 15 minute. So tap into this gap, and I want to see longs out of this. So I see one reaction, but we failed to inverse this 2 minute. We chop around for a bit. There we inverse this 2 minute, and I remember I think I entered. I was gonna enter. I don't know if I can't remember if I entered or didn't. Right. I guess. Oh yeah, I'm in replay mode, so the executions don't show. But we had an SMT with new AM low and some London session lows, and I think I entered my first trade here, which ended up getting stopped out. I was gonna go break even here. Oh no, never mind. I think here break even I was gonna go, and then let the runners run till here and take like most off there. But this ends up getting stopped out. As you can see, we end up still holding this gap. My stop is below that candle because that's the candle that made this gap. We actually still end up basically holding this gap. Alright, so here we had our final manipulation leg. We had an SMT with ES and NQ, so on ES we put in equal lows here. Equal lows, and then on NQ we swept them. So we had this SMT along with this higher time frame one inside of this gap. And I was gonna enter here, but I wasn't looking. I was on my phone at this time because I was busy. I was doing something else, and I was like, I can I can't be asked putting up a screenshot if I'm honest, but I remember telling my friend like, bro, longs now, and it ends up playing out exactly how I wanted to. We actually have a retrace, bang, and I remember I was like screenshotting this long, and I was like, bro, long now, this is such free longs. But I actually didn't end up taking it. This would have been a monster trade. But I didn't end up taking it because I already missed my entry, and I was gonna re-enter here as well. I wanted to, but I wanted this SMT to be put in place, like for us to either on an ES or NQ sweep this low. Because for my model I need an SMT, so I actually did not end up entering there. Alright, and then I was like, alright, I'm gonna take a continuation trade. So I was waiting for us to get really close to the draw on liquidity. On ES we're above it, just pay attention to NQ. And I think, oh wait, no, it was later. Yep, here I entered my long, we pulled back into this 1 minute. It was also a 2 minute gap, strong rejection, and I entered here on this candle. Entered here, stop was below this low, target was here. And this ended up playing out quite nicely. And yeah, so the loss I took was down here, was a loss. And I just took a little stab here, but then we got this actual trade, but it was only a bit. But here I took it with 8 micros, so it was really nice. Let me exit this now. Hopefully it'll show executions. Leave. One sec. I don't know why it's. I don't know why it's not showing it. Sometimes this shit just happens. Try refreshing. No, it's still not there, but yeah, you guys get the point. Alright, that was trade recap. See you next trade.